Alright guys, welcome to another video. We're going to start out this one. We're not playing with the Patrol. Patrol's not in the naughty corner by any means. Just kind of overworking on it for a little bit. And I want to get onto this project, which is my JZX100 Mark II. It has an old school turbo setup on it with a very old school tile gate. Yes, oil leak, that's another project. And front main seal's a little bit leaky, but I'm waiting for a new balancer and then I'll do front main at the same time. Anyway, onto this. Really old setup. The gate sort of doesn't really do gate things like I like it to. The boost sort of fluctuates. Not ideal for anything really. It's nothing wrong with it. Honestly, it did work all right before I messed with the boost controller, so it's probably nothing with the gate. It's just an old setup. It's old gate, older turbo, older manifold, and nothing wrong with it really, but I've teamed up with a bunch of friggin' awesome people on this one. First one I wanted to let you guys know about, which these guys have helped out before on another build, and we built a full exhaust with all their stuff. It made it so freaking easy. But we got Ben Brothers, got some stainless 3.5 inch, stainless 3 inch, 2.25 or 2.5 alloy, and then 1.25 pipe for the external gate. And then, oh, a bunch of sick little stickers in here, which is freaking awesome. You always want stickers when you make an order. But I got all my bends as well, which is really freaking handy. So I've got like 90s to make my life easy. Flexi, because you're an idiot if you build an exhaust without a flexi in it, off the turbo area. A reducer from 3.5 to 3 inch. Another 90 in case I stuff things up, because I tend to. And then I've got my alloy 90s as well. So alloy 90s for the intercooler piping to go with that stuff. There we go. So you can also order lobsters off them. So these come in sheets. I guess they come like this now. But this will help me make some of those bends without having to go and cut and muck around with that stuff myself. So I ordered a bunch of, well, not a bunch, I ordered a little bit of lobsters. My other bendy bit for the gate. And there we go, more of the lobster pieces. That's how I'm used to them coming in a sheet like that. So I'll be able to use those on the gate pipe. And I got bungs, which is sick. So on the dump pipe, you obviously need a bung for the O2 sensor. So I have a bung for the O2 sensor, and this bung here is for air temp. Air temp? I can't remember. I think it was air temp. All right, sick. So, stoked I got all that. I'm gonna pull the car down and show you guys the amazing new turbo setup we've got for the JZX100 and show you the old one we're ripping out. All right, so now we've got this down. We do have a brand new R-Tech manifold. You might have seen it peeking around in the background, sitting up here, waiting for my brand new Garrett G3770 turbo to come in. I'm very, very excited to run this Garrett, as well as the R-Tech manifold. They do make a really nice sound. And well, another thing I'm super stoked about is obviously getting rid of the dump pipe on this. Wasn't pretty by any means. Ready to really step it up with a much nicer looking setup. Fix the intercooler piping around this area, and overall get this thing looking a lot more schmick. Obviously I have a Link, I didn't tell you guys, but I bought a Link ECU. I had some vouchers and stuff left over from competing at LZ events, and that was enough to get a Link straight plug-in JZX100 ECU. I think it cost me like 170 out of my pocket, and the rest was sort of like prize stuff. So very happy with that. Now also with the Garrett external gate as well, so very, very pumped. I haven't heard a ton about these, but what I have heard is really good news. Obviously these Garrett turbos are insane, and the R-Tech manifolds speak for themselves. There's nothing better than a cast manifold, and a cast manifold that's done properly, not just a factory one done like this. Super, super, super excited to fit it, because one of the biggest things I've heard about these manifolds is how easy they are to fit. And if you know JZs, especially 1Js, which is, I've never really dealt with 2Js, but the same thing, 1J, 2J, manifolds always suck to put nuts and bolts onto. I'm actually dreading taking this one off shortly. It's a crap job to do the ones under the runners, but we're going to go ahead and start getting into that now. But yeah, just showing you all the parts we're going to be going with. We already have injectors in this motor. We've got the ECE going in, unfortunately getting rid of the Power SC. But yeah, the Garrett G3770, Artec manifold, Garrett gate, and then all this Ben Brothers piping. It's all going to come together. Hopefully, I think we made 420 last time. I'm hoping to be sitting comfortably around 500 wheel in this car after this on the 85 with a proper ECU and everything. So it'll be really good to compare the map from this turbo setup and this ECU setup to the new setup. I'm going to go back to the same place, Nicole Tuning, and get them to retune it with the better ECU. They basically said they don't want to see me back there until I get a proper ECU, so I now have one. I'm going to do this whole hot side. We'll be in action, and hopefully I'll get some hands from some people. I want to give a lot of this a go because honestly, Ben Brothers stuff, like when you get it, it's obviously all wrapped and clean and rah-rah, and like one thing I've seen, shout out to Chop from Black Arts, you got to keep your stuff clean. You know, you get fingerprints and all that stuff on it, you get imperfections in the world. This all comes wrapped up really nicely. I unfortunately ripped the packet that goes around the 3.5, so yeah, not ideal, but I'm beyond happy with everything I've got here. I should be able to make this a stout little package and kind of get this car exactly where I want it, and I'm excited.
We're having a bit of a shocking good time here.
Yeah. So you've electrocuted yourself twice.
Yes.
You want me to disconnect the battery?
It might be ideal. But there is water down there, so it's like...
Oh, keep going.
Oh. Yeah, alright.
Just to see if you get zapped again, you know?
Yeah.
For
this is for
educational.
Evidence. Oh, not evidence for the Ambos?
Ambos? No, educational. Bizarre.
Shut up. I'm getting real close to the bizarre.
No bizarre?
No.
Alright,
we're not fucking off yet.
Back in a time lapse. Sorry, Aiden?
You're just going to call this JDM. So I've asked if we can get rid of the tie wire that's around all the coolant hoses.
So Japanese, obviously, when they do all the heat shielding and stuff like they have, which is all done really well to be fair.
It looks good.
Yeah. But they use like a tie wire or like a metal zip ties and things like that, which are quite often very sharp, and they do cut you up a bit.
I am all sorts of sliced up on the hands.
Yeah, look, I'm sliced up from everything, from this freaking patrol. But yeah, now the old setup is out of the way. Start putting together all the nice stuff. I think we should clear ourselves out an area. I had it clean a week ago, but then more patrol things happening. So we're going to make some room and start putting together Garrett and Artec bits, which I'm very, very, very excited about. And then we can start putting together Ben Brothers bits, which are...
We might need to do water pump, thermostat bits first.
Why?
From the attempts of trying to get it off, we'll have to do it back up.
Oh, I'll just tighten that back up. Yeah, you just tighten them up back up now, mate.
Copy.
Yeah, easy. Yeah, we thought we had to take the water neck off, and we definitely don't need to for the Artec. So, yeah, well, I'm pretty sure. Shall we? So we do a quick test fit with the Artec and see where it sits?
It'd probably be good, but
Yeah.
I'm getting sliced up again. This is fucked.
Oh, stop whinging.
This is why I'm a blister, because this shit sucks.
To be fair, he told me to wait for him because he wants to be around for this job. So I had done a bunch of stuff with the kids today, took them to Kmart, and they wanted to go to Kmart and buy some things. They had some money saved up from doing cans and bottles and whatnot. So yeah, I've been editing, then dealing with the kids and stuff, and then just before Hayden got home, I started getting stuck into it. So he could be here for it. Now he's having regrets.
Yeah, regrets.
Hey?
I'm gonna clean my hands first.
So I said, letting Hayden do the honours of just slipping the Artec manifold on there, just to see where everything's gonna sit, and then we can work out our plan forward from that. But it should be pretty simple. There's a lot of good design work put into these manifolds, and that's definitely very excited to have my first Artec manifold. Hopefully the first of many, to be honest. I want to run them in everything.
I feel like they're the same way. Oh no, it's definitely lighter.
Well, that's got a turbo and a gate connected to it.
Yeah, I know.
But this is cast, no cracky. This one, cracky.
What am I doing wrong?
Huh?
I don't know.
I don't know, what are you doing wrong?
Is it backwards? No, it can't be backwards. I'm not good at this.
And
Crisis
we can film again, because I was real stressed out. Real stressed out for a second there that we got the wrong manifold.
Heaps of clearance, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, no, the clearance is actually sick, and the gate comes down way down the back there, right?
Yeah. So that go. Oh, we can shoot it backwards behind the steering wheel,
which is nice.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know if anybody's been on door with Chop, but his point's forwards.
That's how that was.
Yeah. But his is loud.
So's that. You haven't had the pleasure of drifting good enough to have me on your door, bud.
You're not wrong, but like also when we went to Japan with Chop, I was deaf.
Oh, in Japan, yeah. Yeah. Gotcha. This isn't a bad setup. It's just that it's an old stainless setup. Stainless setups do crack. We have had to weld this up twice in the time I've had it.
Is there any more crackables on that?
I don't know. We did a pretty good job. Frosty gave it a big old weld up last time we had it. I think half the reason they do break as well, notice no flexi in the downpipe. That's one of the big reasons, I reckon. You need a good flexi in the downpipe. Otherwise, the first thing to take all the damage will be the manifold. So, yeah, good thing to keep in mind. God, that just looks sexy on there. We should probably sit the turbo on as well.
Oh, do you want to do those honours?
Cool thing about V-Band is you can clock it, which is exciting. I wonder if would that be acceptable? That's sexy. Would that be alright clocking it, you reckon?
Well, I don't know if it's
That's
on
a big
purpose.
old bend.
Yeah. Well, mine's upside down.
Yeah. That. Do it down here. It just looks so sexy with Garrett up the top. I want Garrett down the bottom. But Garrett next to Artec looks pretty fat.
Yeah, but Garrett also on their turbos should know just to put one there.
Well, on these anyway, on JZ's.
Should have an optional housing thing.
Yeah, with Garrett written up here.
Yeah.
That'd be nice. So, I'm a little bit mad I didn't clean my hands beforehand. However, that's not bad at all.
That's a sexy combo.
That is a very sexy combo. Oof. Nice.
One happy chappy.
That is pretty much where it came out before, so that is a good spot.
Makes it easier for us.
It does. I need to clock the center housing with all these. So basically loosen all these off, clock that housing so it faces down as well, so the oil will drain out. Look at this R-Tech rear housing as well. So it's not only is it a Garrett G30 770, obviously core and front. We've got the, I believe, not prototype, but they're not released yet, but the R-Tech rear housing to go with the R-Tech manifold. So I'm so excited. 75 AR. Should be super responsive. Ideally, I need to have like rods and rod bolts to be able to take full advantage of this setup. Speaking to Nicole Tuning, and they've already advised me they want a 14 PSI spring because they can't, like this turbo will bring in boost way too early for this motor and bend the rods.
Copy.
So I need to, yeah, get a nice boost controller in it and let the link control the boost, and they'll ramp in the boost, I guess, so it doesn't go and bend my rods or blow the bloody bottom end up. So very cool. Righty, got to the grumpy stage where stuff isn't working. We put that up because I need to do that to close the doors. Evaluation, everything's stuffed.
Yeah, we're missing pieces.
Things. Yeah. We're just missing things. That's all it comes down to. Dirty screen. Right, so I'm missing a what we're calling a dick.
The
bit
male
that comes off that, the male bit.
the male
V-band, and then but I've got the V-band, I'm just missing the bit that comes off the back, so we can fab. And then the main thing we're missing is an actual V-band to connect the turbo to the manifold. So we need a V-band that is that correct size. Ben Brothers are kind enough to be opening up in the morning for me specifically, so we can go in there and potentially get those parts. And
I have to be working.
Oh, you're working tomorrow?
I'm working tomorrow.
Oh, you want to see Ben Brothers?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm actually pretty excited. I'll film it while I'm there so you can see. Yeah. Yeah, but so I'm gonna go there, see those boys. They're gonna open up. They're about an hour away from me, but totally worth it to get this project underway. So I've got all the Saturday to attempt to get this done. Sunday I'm getting tattooed all day, and then Monday I'd love to sort of wrap this up and be able to get off to tuning potentially early to mid next week. We probably won't get into the tuning in this video, but I definitely want to take care of all the vlogging stuff. So we're gonna see you tomorrow in this video, like right now.
It's a mini turbo.
Huh?
It's a mini turbo.
That's not a turbo.
Where's the turbo?
It doesn't have a turbo. You don't need a turbo.
It's a go-kart. Okay,
Yeah. Alright guys, so I did make my way to Ben Brothers this morning. Is it still morning? Is it still morning?
Yes.
Yes?
No, it's the afternoon. Shut up, it's like 11 o'clock.
And I had to bring the kids because I'm single dadding at the moment. Wife is away. But we were kind enough that Ben Brothers came and opened up for us this morning so I can get myself all sorted out with the bit that goes on the back of the turbo so I can actually get started on the fabrication. So I can't thank the guys enough. If you haven't already checked out Ben Brothers, go check them out. Sticker right there, benbrothers.com. They have absolutely everything here. Titanium this, titanium that, oval piping, round piping, tie, stainless. Is there anything I'm missing? He doesn't want to be on camera, so. Or aluminium as well, which you guys saw all that stuff earlier in the video. But yeah, they do plenty of stuff. Check them out. And next time you're doing a fabrication, get onto them because it makes things so much easier, like clean, nice bits that you can use. What are you saying?
They do macaronis.
Macaronis?
Yeah.
What do you mean macaronis?
Boss, where's the macaroni? Over there. Over there.
Okay, let's check out this macaroni quickly.
There. Macaronis.
Macaronis?
Look, on there. There's macaronis.
Macaronis, they're Ben's.
They're macaronis.
Okay, if you're looking for any stainless macaronis,
I'll show you
hit up Ben Brothers.
macaronis.